everyone, and welcome back to my channel, or if you're new here, my name is Cam, and hopefully my lighting is a little better today. I think it is. I did move my light, and I did rearrange my background just a little bit. I'll probably continue to rearrange my background just until I like it. I don't know how I love it until I will end up editing it, but today, if you couldn't tell from the title, is a full face of YouTube Made Me Buy It, and each makeup item I did decide to pick a different YouTuber. I do take a lot of recommendations through YouTube very seriously. Like, I did want to take a whole bunch of different YouTubers rather than having like 3 or 4 items from the same YouTuber, because I didn't think that was fair. I will link or list all of the YouTubers that I mentioned down below. I have my list right next to me and everything like that, so I think we're just gonna get started. My hair is going all natural today. I am going to pin it up with my Minnie Mouse ears. I did get these from my birthday from my grandparents. They went to Disney World for their anniversary. They've been together for, I think, 50 years. Don't quote me on that, but they've been together for a really long time, and they went down to Florida to visit my Aunt Mary, and then they also bought me some bunny ears because it was right around my birthday, so it was kind of awesome. The eyeshadow palette, or the eye primer I'm going to be using, is the MAC Paint Pot in the shade Soft Ochre, and Tati really loves this. So what I'm going to do is just take my beauty blender and just dip it in the pot here. That's how I always do it. And with it on my sponge, I'm just going to prime my eyelids. I do really like this eye primer because it has pigmentation to it. And with that pigmentation, it cancels out all of the veins and things on my eyeballs, and that's a really good reason. That is the main reason Tati likes it, or the reason she keeps stating that she likes it for. And I have very veiny eyelids. I have a very veiny, like, legs and arms too. I get that from both my mom and my grandmother. I think I'm going to use the Rustic Glam and Dominique Cosmetics eyeshadow palette. And here is what that looks like. I got this because of Christen Dominique. This is her eyeshadow brand, and I really wanted to try out some of her eyeshadows, and I know she's got a whole bunch of them, but this is the only palette from her that I do own. I think I'm going to take Free Spirit here and dust that all over my lid, and then I kind of want to mess with the last look I did. I used like these 3 shadows here, so I think I want to do maybe something green, like with these 2 and maybe this one here. So first I'm going to take Free Spirit and dust that all over my lid to set everything out, and then I'm going to take Cactus, which is this shade right here, and dust that into my crease. Monday I had turned in, I'm in college right now, and I'm a sophomore in college. And I'm in 5 classes right now, and I'm doing pretty well. Like, I think I'm doing pretty well at least. And on last Monday, I had a pretty big reaction paper due for my my history class, and it's just world history. So we started out with Lewis and Clark and Pocahontas and Jamestown and Yorktown and the whole American Revolution and everything like that. And so for the first reaction paper, because it's world history, so we're learning about the American Revolution, the people, the battles, things like that, and we could either write on, was the American Revolution justified and the succeeding from Britain, or I could rewrite the Constitution. And the Constitution is the Bill of Rights, first 10 like commandments of being a United States citizen, like right to speech, right to bear arms, no quartering of troops, all the way down to number 10. And I personally chose to rewrite the Constitution. And what I said in my paper was I would not change anything in the Constitution. Those 10 rights are critical in like everyday life. I mean, I agree with them. I support them. Like, I think the founding fathers did an amazing job. And I said I would add a few more amendments. Things for African Americans, things for women, things for like our political parties and things like that. And without me knowing, I had asked my professor, because he said that he was going to have the grades Wednesday, which was yesterday, and I asked him about it, and he was like, I thought I was going to have it done, but I don't. If I've already graded it, your grade's in the grade book. If not, it'll be done last night, which was Wednesday night. So in the middle of class, I opened up my grade book, and I looked at my grade, and I got 100%, and I stayed after class to see if I could look at my paper to see what he liked and what he didn't like. But since I got 100%, and I was one of the only ones to get 100%, he talked about my paper in the middle of class without me even knowing it. He was like, he talked about how he hoped more people would rewrite the Constitution because he wanted to see like what we thought and if we change anything and how we change it and all of that. Okay, now I'm done with the shade Cactus. I think I'm going to get a denser brush and try and deepen it up on the outer corner of my eye. And so he was talking about it in the middle of class, and he said they didn't change the Constitution, they just wanted to add a few more laws. And I didn't know if he was specifically talking about me because I've got a class of like 30 kids, and I mean, he could have been talking about anyone. And so I asked him, and he was like, no, I think I was talking about your paper. And I was like, oh, that's awesome. I don't need to see your notes because obviously you liked it because you talked about it in the middle of class. But that was pretty awesome, especially when you work really hard on something and your professor goes out of their way to mention it and to say like how great it was. And it like put me on it made me feel really, really good, honestly. So that was fun. And then I also this week was midterms, and next week is fall break. So after tomorrow I have school Monday, Wednesday, Friday. So after tomorrow I'm on vacation for a week, which is kind of nice. And because it's midterm week, I've been like crazy stressed out, and I've been worried about everything that's going on. Like, what about my grades? What about this? What about that? Like, I was scared because I just transferred from the community college in my local town to a private university, and I was worried because they don't have a whole lot of like graded assignments. You have like for example, my history class, you have reaction papers, and you have like midterms and finals, and you've got 3 reaction papers, 3 exams, and 1 final. So I mean, I was really, really scared that I wasn't gonna do well, and if I don't do well on one, my grade's going to drop like tremendously because there is only so much points that they're gonna give you, and if you miss a whole bunch like right off the bat, like it's hard to dig yourself out of that hole. So I was worried about that, but I've been getting a lot of my midterms back. I go to a Roman Catholic school, so I have to take philosophy and theology courses to like fill my core requirements, and I took 2 exams, and I got 100% on one, which I worked so hard on that test, and I just took one on Wednesday, and I think I did all right. I don't know, but I also took my midterm for my history class on Wednesday, and I think I missed, I don't know if I missed 3 of them I was unsure, but it was a 20-question test, and he gave you 20 minutes, so I mean, but I mean, when you work really hard on something and you get a grade back and it's a good grade like I got, it just made me feel so good, like I'm actually doing good, like I'm becoming what I want to become. So it was really exciting for me to know that, like, it's paying off. It's not just me wasting thousands and thousands of dollars to not get good grades, but it's all working out really well at the moment. So I did take Wonderlust, which is this shade here, and I did dust it on to my lid, and I think I'm gonna deepen up my outer corner with maybe just a little bit of this Moonchild here, which has a bit of shimmer to it, so I don't know how that's gonna go, but I'm just gonna take it slow and easy while I continue to talk to y'all. So I'm gonna take just Wonderlust on a flat brush, and then I'm going to spray it with some setting spray and see if that intensifies it at all. Well, not our future, but my future personally, and what I wanted to do, and like what I wanted to like focus on. And so what I'm gonna do, what I know for sure, I'm going to be getting my bachelor's in psychology. I want to be a counselor or a therapist. I want to especially specialize on traumatized women and children, just because that's a personal, like, great drive for me. Like, it interests me, it's exciting to me, like, I want to know people's stories, and I just want to help. Plus, I like to talk, so, I mean, it's going to be, hopefully, pretty fun. And I'm going to take that on a small, dense brush and just pack it into my edge here. Then I'm going to go back into that first shade and just lighten everything and make sure all of my transitions are good. I don't necessarily like that black shade. It kind of just lifted up everything that I had underneath. So I am going to take that green shade and go like right over the top of it. So I'm going to take just a little bit of Moonchild and deepen up that outer edge. I don't know if you can see that right there, but it's kind of like lifting up the shadow underneath. So again, I'm just going to take a little bit of Cactus on that first brush and just put it over the top and make sure my edges are all nice and blended out. On this palette, I've used it like 3 times now. I did really enjoy the lighter look that I made, like the more neutral. I did enjoy the more neutral look that I made with kind of these shades over here. The look that I made right now, I do like the shade Cactus and I do like the shade Wonderlust, but this shade right here, Moonchild, it kind of did give me some issues, like the color below, like just maybe lifted up a little bit. I want to use this with like the blues or something and use it differently, but I didn't necessarily like it with this look, if that makes sense. I do really like the formula of this. It's very blendable, it's very pigmented, so I don't want to give you like a review on this palette yet because I don't know. I haven't used it very much, which is why honestly I wanted to use it today. But I do like the look that I was able to create. I just wish that I didn't go in with Moonchild, but that's alright. That is alright. Now I just know that I need to figure out how that shade works. So, and I am not somebody who objects to like working with the shadow to make sure that it's up to its full like capability. I am going to take my just my makeup wipe and just dust away everything, like all the fallout. I didn't get a whole lot, but it's kind of messy like right out here, which it's fine. Most shadows are like that, so it's not a huge deal to me. After my eyeshadow, I go in with my complexion, and I'm going to be using this NYX Angel Veil. This is the Skin Perfecting Primer, and I got this from I'm sorry if I pronounce any names wrong. I know I'm going to pronounce this one wrong. Andrea Matillano. I will make sure to link everybody down in the description box just in case I mispronounce them. I am so sorry, but I'm also gonna but anyway, when I went to go talk to my counselor about what classes I'm going to take next semester, we also talked about, like, in the psychology field you can get your degree in many different fields. Like, for example, there's helping skills, there's communication, there's a counseling one, there's just a whole bunch of different, like, avenues you could go if that's the route you want to take, which I am all for, just so people can, like, be qualified for exactly what they want to do rather than just thrown in the middle of the ocean and said swim. So we did talk for about an hour and a half about what I want to do. Another doctor, he had a doctorate, another doctorate, a doctor in psychology came in, and we were talking about, like, different things I can do from that. I know that I want to go further through my bachelor's degree. I know I want to go further than that. So we were talking about master's degree, and to become a counselor I could get, I am going to apply the Huda Beauty foundation in the shade Shortbread 200B, and this is a recommendation from Emily Noel. She said this is her, she really likes this, and if you're feeling bougie, I think she recommended this in her VIB sale recommendations because it is a more pricey. I did get this on sale, so I did get this 20% off, so I have been liking it so far. But we were talking about, like, different routes I could go. I think I'm going to get my master's degree in counseling after I get my doctorate in, or not my doctorate, after I get my bachelor's degree in psychology. I want to get my master's in counseling. And then from there I could go, or, well, that's what I think I'm going to do. And then from there I could get what they call is a PSA, which is less time than a doctorate. I think it's 2 to 3 years for your PSA or 5 years for your doctorate. And then because of that, which a PSA is like a doctorate, it's just not as research heavy based. So, oh, and I'm sorry if I'm looking this way, my mirror's right here, so I better hold up my mirror so I'm looking at y'all. So your PSA is different than a doctorate just because it is not as research focused. You could, I don't know exactly what you could do with that. I need to research jobs that I can get. Like, I haven't done that because we literally had this conversation on Monday. And so I could get my master's degree and then my PSA, or I can go straight in and get my doctorate, which my doctorate is a 5-year program, but you have 7 years to finish, and after that 7 years, all of the work you've done is void. Does not matter. You have to start all over again. So if you don't finish it, sorry y'all, my camera cut out and I was unaware. Basically, use the Jeffree Star Cosmetics concealer recommended by Jeffree Star because it is his brand, and then I also used the Maybelline Fit Me Loose loose finishing powder in the shade number 10 Fair Light, and Kelly Strack really likes this. Next, I'm going to go into my powder foundation, which was recommended by Allie Glines. I have no idea. I'm sorry about name pronunciation, but I'm going to take the Rimmel London Stay Matte powder, and she loves this. She's even broken the lid and carries it around in like a little plastic bag, like a Ziploc bag. So I'm going to apply this. Basically, what I was saying was, after those 7 years, your degree is void and you have to start all over again. So I don't know necessarily if I want to do that. I know we don't want to have, me and my fiance don't want to have kids until, like, we're done with school, because we also want to, like, live life, like, without responsibilities. Like, we don't want to be in school. Like, we want to be out of college for a little while before we even think about having kids. And, like, that's perfectly fine with me. Like, I want to wait, like, because I don't, kids are a huge responsibility and I don't want to mess with that right now. So, Next, I'm going to go into my bronzer, which is the Marc Jacobs. This is the Omega Bronze in the shade 104 Tan-Tastic. And this was recommended by Samantha March. She did a Sephora VIB recommendations list, and this was on there because it is a $50 bronzer. And, yeah, if you can get a discount, get a discount. So I think, honestly, what I want to do is just get my master's degree and then my PSA, because with my master's degree and my PSA, that's 4 more years on top of my bachelor's, and my doctorate is 5, and that's if I finish everything on time. So I need to search up jobs with that. I've talked to my grandparents and my mother-in-law and a whole bunch of different people about like what I should do and things like that, like asking them like their opinions and like what they would do and things like that. And I don't know at this point, like my mind is probably going to change 10 million times, but whatever. To do highlight, and I'm going to be using the RachhLoves and PIXI highlighting palette. I bought this because RachhLoves, she's got 2 like everyday highlights, and then this shade is honestly my favorite, and then she's got like a fun bronzy shade and like a purpley shade, a little bit of lace and clutch. I'm gonna mix them together. But that's enough school talk, because I think that's all I gotta say. Midterms are coming up. What I'm gonna do, my brother, okay, so first you gotta know like where we live. My whole family grew up in, I've got 5 brothers and sisters. No, I've got 4 brothers and 1 sister. And when I turned 16, my parents up and moved us from California to Montana. And now it was just my immediate family. It was my brother, my sister, like everybody's still in the house. I've got 1 half brother, 2 step brothers, a step sister, and 1 full brother. So, yeah, 1 step sister, 2 step brothers, 1 half brother, and 1 full brother. And my full brother and my step sister went to Montana with us. And since that time, that was 4 years ago now, since that time my parents have moved to Missouri to be closer to my mom's parents and my grandparents. And then my brother also moved out there, and he's got a really nice job up there. And he's 2 years older than I am. And I'm just going to take a more densely compact brush and dip into, I think, clutch, and just highlight it up or deepen it up just a little bit, or more intensify it. So brother's got a really nice job up there. My parents have a really nice house up there. It's been a while since I've seen everybody that lives up there right now, but I mean, life gets in the way sometimes. I'm in college, so I can't really move. Plus I work, so I can't really like go and see them a whole lot, but that's all right. Next, I'm going to be doing my brows with the Amuse. This is the matte long-lasting eyebrow pencil, and I got this recommended by MakeupbyPita. She didn't recommend this exact product, but she talked about the AOA website and different things there, and I got this for $1, and I really do like this. This was my favorite item out of that whole haul that I did. And so she didn't recommend this item specifically. She just got me, like, she informed me about the brand through one of her videos, I should say. So it's just me and my sister that live here now. She is my maid of honor. She's helping me plan my wedding. So my brother, this Christmas, is trying to come up because he gets 2 weeks off for, like, their winter break. They get 2 weeks for Christmas and New Year's. So my mom's not very happy that my brother's coming down here, but I mean, both of his sisters are here. Why wouldn't he come down here? I get that my grandparents and my mom are up there, but he hasn't been down here since he's moved up there, and he wants to see his friends and he wants to see everything. Plus he's got the time off, and I guess he doesn't really want to go, like, during Christmas time, but he gets the time off, and if he takes time off at work, like, he gets, like, minus points, and then once you get to, like, 7 or 4 minus points, like, for every week you go without missing a day, you get 1 point, and then for every day you miss, you get minus 1 point. So, after you get to X amount of minus points, you're fired. So, he can't just take time off or do things like that. So, I get why he wants to do it at that time, and plus his sisters are here, his friends are here. Like, he spent the majority of his high school years here, so he's got a whole bunch of friends up here that he wants to see that he hasn't seen in a while. So I'm excited he's gonna come stay with us, and we're just gonna have a good old dandy time, so that's pretty exciting. I'm going to set my brows with the Joah Brow Down to Me top coat in the shade Clear. I discovered this brand through Paige Koren, and I did notice that on the tip there's a lot of gel that comes off on it, so you gotta, like, make sure you get, like, a little bit of the gel off, or you're gonna have, like, a really clumpy brow. Just be careful. So my brother's coming down this Christmas, so that's really exciting. And my wedding is going to be May 8th, 2021, so I'm really excited about that. I am planning on doing, like, vlogs through, like, wedding dress shopping and things like that. I'm not gonna post it, like, especially finding my wedding dress, I'm not gonna post that one until after, like, my wedding, because I don't want people to know what my dress looks like, you know what I mean? But one of my gals, Caroline, Billy, and Ashley. So Ashley's my sister. She's my maid of honor. And then Billy and Caroline are going to be up there with me. So that's fun. And then Billy's husband, Jeremy, is going to be our minister. He's going to marry us. So that's really exciting. He finally said yes. The answer was no for the longest time, because he didn't want to, like, offend my family or anything like that. But it's like, it's not their wedding. If they don't want to be here, they can leave. I'm sorry, but it's not their wedding. So I'm going to do everything the way I want to do it. Oh, for my blush, I'm going to be using the Tarte Amazon Clay 12-Hour Blush in the shade Peaceful. Kelly Gooch recommends this formula, not this specific color, but I have this color, so we're going to be using this one. I do have, like, Tarte blushes and, like, palettes and things, but I don't want to dig for them, so I'm just going to use this one. I do like to do my blush last, because I want it to overlay both my highlight and my bronzer to get everything to, like, melt together, if that makes sense. I know what type of wedding dress that I want, but I don't want to spend thousands and thousands of dollars on my wedding dress. So what I'm going to do is we are going thrift storing for our wedding dress, and I don't know, I kind of believe in bad juju on wedding dresses, but I kind of don't. Like, Blake can't see it, which is one of the reasons why I'm not going to be posting it, but we already live together, so where am I going to put my dress? I'm too picky to have my sister hold it, because if something were to happen to my dress, not necessarily she'd let anything happen to it, but if something were to happen on it, I'd be angry at her, and I just don't want that to happen. So I know that I need to have it in my house. I just need to hide it. Maybe I'm going to have my mother-in-law hide it in her room, because we live on her property. We've got our own house. She's got her own house, but she's got, like, 27 acres, so we're separated. But yes, so that's pretty exciting. Next, I'm going to take and do my waterline with just any old regular liner, because I didn't pick one from a YouTuber. I'm going to finish my bottom lashes, and I think I'm just going to take the shade Cactus and dust it on my lower lash line. So I know my colors for my wedding and everything like that, but I'm planning on doing a vlog about that, so stay tuned for that. We do have quite a bit of time before our wedding. It is almost a year and a half away, which means I want to, like, start planning now, and I want to start looking for my dress now, especially if I want to buy it from a thrift store, But I do believe in bad juju only if you know the bad juju. Like, if I go through a thrift store and I don't know who it used to belong to, I don't know, like, what happened in this dress, it's fine. But if I know people have been divorced in this dress, like, this dress is bad luck. Okay, I do believe in that. I'm going to put on my mascara. I am going to use the Essence Last Princess. Taylor Wynn, or that, she used to be that Taylor, but she just changed her name to Taylor Wynn, recommends this, so I'm just going to place this on my lashes. The only thing that I think is going to be a problem within the wedding is my man's got like 4 best mates, and I've got 3, so I need to find another best mate in the year and a half to stand up there with me, because I want it to be even. I know that's kind of bad saying, oh, I need to make another friend so they can stand up there with me, but I don't have a crazy ton of friends. I mean, one of my best friends is named Tyler. He's a boy, and I could ask him to stand up there with me, but I don't know if he'd feel comfortable doing that. But I've also got friends from the school before I moved out here, like when I was living in California. I still stay in contact with my 2 best friends, which is Jerry and Nicole. So and okay, so my lashes are on, and another thing that we're going to have a problem with is who is walking me down the aisle. My father died when I was 9, and my grandfather died when I was 16 on my father's side. So currently, I have no one to walk me down the aisle. I'm going to have Jeremy, which is our officiator, walk me down the aisle. He's already going to be up there. He's going to be standing up there because he's going to be marrying us, so can't have Jeremy walk me down the aisle. I think I'm going to take the shade Salt Life from the Tarte Color Splash lipsticks, and Jocelyn Claire loves this formula, plus the packaging is just awesome. So I will be using this, and I might put a little bit of Rum Punch just in the center to give it more of a nude look, because I think this one is a bit more pinky tone. So I could ask my brother to do it. I could ask my grandfather on my mom's side to do it, or I could just walk by myself, which honestly I kind of just want to walk by myself, which nothing wrong with doing that. I personally, I think more power to ya. Why the heck not? So now I'm going to be using the Morphe Continuous Setting Mist recommended by Jaclyn Hill. So I'm just going to spray my face. So I think I'm going to be walking myself, and I think that is everything. I will definitely leave everything linked down in the description box. I will write the products I use, plus who recommended them. If I missed anything, if you have any questions, please leave them down below. Thank you for chatting with me today. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. And remember, I do have a giveaway going on, or not currently going on, but as soon as I get to 100 subscribers, I will be posting a video of a giveaway. I've got a bag sitting behind me full of different goodies. So as soon as I get there, I will post that video on how to enter and everything like that. So let your friends, family know. And if you click that subscribe button, it would mean the world to me. I would love to add you to my family, and I'll see y'all later. Bye!